Okay, I guess maybe I will talk a bit. Yeah, I was just gonna have this background music only, but I guess I'll keep my mic on. But yeah. I'll keep it on for now, but yeah, just do it. Something chill today. And my camera's spazzing out, so I guess easier for me to tell people by voice. Yeah, my camera's spazzing out. Don't know why. I'll try to figure that out some other day. What is this? What is this piece of plastic sticking out? Boy. Yeah, so my camera's actually been having this issue pretty much ever since the beginning. Um, Sometimes it's not as bad, sometimes it doesn't glitch as much. What I think and assume it is just I don't have enough bandwidth. Because I'm using a Mac, and Macs need, you know, dongles. Um, and so one dongle after another, I think it's just not enough bandwidth in general to support the camera. I think that's what it is. I don't have anything big plugged in at the moment besides my keyboard and mic. Um, Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it doesn't glitch that much, but it's glitching a lot today, so I really don't know what's going on. Just depends on the day. Yeah, sorry, it's not the most pleasant thing to look at for sure. I'll try to find a fix. Um, but yeah. I do apologize for the glitchiness of it. I don't think the stream is gonna be a long stream. Um, I'm just doing a very quick personal build of a Bakeneko60 that's been sitting in my room for a while. So I thought I'd build it up. I have all the necessary parts, so I thought, why not? Where are you from? I am from Hong Kong. I kind of want to start streaming too, but don't have a camera. I mean, you don't need much to start streaming. You could totally use your phone to stream if you'd like to. You can easily set that up. Um, Technically, I have a second angle. My second angle is just my old iPhone attached to a clamp mount. Um, it's my phone is not that phone isn't charged right now, so I don't have the second angle um, on. But I mean, yeah, I used my old iPhone. This is iPhone 10, super old. I downloaded the You can download the Elgato Cam Link, I think it's called, and you can easily just stream using that and connect it to OBS. And you can totally stream from your phone. It doesn't have to be an actual camera. My camera I'm using now, I'm using the Elgato Facecam. So it's not anything fancy like you see other keyboard streamers use. Like I know Teha uses like cinema grade cameras, or even just some people use like Sony cameras. They look super nice, but they are very expensive. So I use a Elgato Facecam and it does the trick. And I just use the stand and clamps from Elgato as well to do the overhead clamps. Yeah, it does the job, besides the flickering part. I guess it's a little better now. I don't think it's flickering as much, hopefully. I haven't been paying attention entirely. But yeah. Yeah, go for it. Streaming is fun. When I get the QK60, I'll go on stream. Nice. When's that estimated to arrive? Hasn't the QK60s been shipped already? I thought they've been shipped already. Unless you got extras. Okay, I don't know how well these stabs actually are. So I don't know how much loop to use. So I'm just gonna go with a big chunk. Probably mid-Feb. I'm in Europe. Oh, I see. Fair enough, fair enough. And it's not extras? Oh, yikes. QK60 was a while ago, no? Where did you order from? Did you order directly from QK? From QWERTY Keys? Or another vendor? Oh wow, these are so loose. They're gonna take so much. Candy keys? Oh, I see, I see. I guess that makes sense, right? I assume they have to go through, the main vendor first before they ship out to the international vendors, so I guess that takes a while. Wasn't sure about the taxes. Oh, I see, I see. That's fair enough. Yeah, I don't know how taxes work for that. Yeah, I mean, I always wait a long time, so it's okay. Fair. I mean, that's what happens when you join group buys. I don't think I'm in any group buy at the moment, but last year I was in a couple, and pretty much I just expect them to take a year to ship to me. Um, of course, some GMKs take a lot longer. I've only been in one GMK group buy, and it will be my last, because that wait was way too long. I waited like a year and a half for a GMK set. Worth it in the end, because it's one of my favorite sets, but also at the same time, I don't think I can do another year and a half wait. So if I ever get another GMK set, it's either because it's in stock or it'll be extras that I get and never a group buy again. GMK has new manufacturing? Yeah, I saw that. I saw they have a new sorting machine, right? I don't know how much faster that'll take, because I actually don't know which process of the GMK manufacturing that takes the longest. Like, I don't know if it's the production, I don't know if it's the packaging, I don't know if it's the color matching. So sure, their whatchamacallit, the sorting, the packaging aspect is a lot faster, but I don't know if that was the main problem. If it was, then brilliant. Then GMK sets are now going to be a lot faster in general, but yeah, like I don't know if that was the first challenge they tackled first. That didn't make sense. I'm tired. Yeah. Like, 'cause some sets take forever to do color matching, and am I missing a wire? What's going on? Am I actually missing a wire? What? Did I drop it? I'm missing a wire. It was here last time I opened to check. What? Yeah, I mean, if GMK can prove that their lead time is shortened significantly, then if there is a set that I am really interested in, and if I am also financially in a position to ever get any, then I think about it, but not at the moment, not right now. Hello, hello, Scott, hello. Apologies for the shaky and glitchy camera for today, but welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for dropping by. I am also a little tired, so my voice is less enthusiastic today. Oh, I'm not missing a wire. I'm just way too tired. I thought I was missing a wire. I'm not. Oh boy. I'm stupid. Have the same set of Keep Mat? Yeah, I love Keep Mat. Go check out Keep Mat. Keep Mat is a sponsor of mine. Um, Go check them out. You can use Beanie Keys for 5% off if you want to order anything from them. Highly, highly recommend them. If you haven't checked out Keep Tape, check that out as well. If you really enjoy tape mod and want something a little different than a regular masking tape mod, check that out. I highly, highly recommend Keep Tape. Again, you can use code BeanieKeys for 5% off. You get a discount and it supports me, so win-win. Do check it out. You can find the links in my Instagram bio. What loop are you using for stabs? I am using 205 for the housings, and right now I am applying BDZ, XHT BDZ for the wires. And these are the cherry clip-ins that came with the board for the Bakeneko, and the tolerance does not seem too good, so I'm going to douse this in a thick coat of BDZ in hopes to eliminate any rattle whatsoever. Because I don't have any other clip-in stabs on me at the moment, so these will have to do. Final stab. There we go. Nice. Cool. If this still ticks, then I will cry. Alright. PCB. PCB. The package for this came a little broken. It's still sealed, but still broken. Just gonna cut it. Potato Boy, hello. Thank you for dropping by. How are you doing? Sorry I sound a bit tired, because I am. Just thought I'd do a chill stream. Love your Glacier 80. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Which build did you prefer? Because I posted 2 Glacier 80 sound tests. I posted 1 plate build and 1 plateless build. Why can I not snap this in? What is going on? Yeah, ow, that hurt. Okay. I'm the one that DM'd you on Insta. Oh, yes. I do kind of remember. Yes. I think you the one that asked me what build the Glacier was for a keyboard a day one. Yeah. Hello. How are you doing? This one isn't clipping in as well. Oh, it's not moving, so I guess it's fine. Used to have a Bakeneko before, really good board. Nice. Yeah, this is my first time ever trying out a Bakeneko. Really excited because this is also my first O-ring keyboard. Never tried an O-ring before. So very interested to see how it feels and sounds. There we go. Is that Kelowna XHD BDZ any different from Krytox? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if this is just Krytox. I don't know if this is original Krytox and Kelowna just repackaged it, or if it's their actually own blend or own mix. Either way, like I've personally never tried Krytox if this isn't Krytox. But in all honesty, it works. So, and it's generally cheaper depending on where you buy it. So yeah, if it works, then I don't see a reason why I need to pay more for the Krytox branding if this isn't Krytox. Okay, there we go. FR4 plate. Okay, let's put some switches in, test the stems. So these are broken in Cherry MX Blacks, looped with 205 grade 0, 205 grade 0, and what else am I gonna say? 105 for the springs. Just gonna put one in each corner first, actually. Oh, I didn't test the PCB. It's fine. Well, I'll just cross my fingers and hope it works. Because that's how you do keyboards, right? All 4 corners done. Now the rest of the stabs. So a couple of firsts in this build. First time I'm using an FR4 plate. First time I'm using whatchamacallit, an O-ring. First time using these cherry clip-ins. First time using Cherry MX Blacks. So quite fun. I do have polyfill with me in case this needs modding, which I believe it kind of does from all the videos I've seen of the Bakeneko. Usually it's quite hollow, especially on the backspace. So I have that ready. Hello Kiris, how you doing? What's your fave plate type so far? At the start, I really liked polycarbonate. Oh, and also today I'll be using GMK Laser. At the start, I really liked polycarbonate. Because much like any other, whatchamacallit, so tired. I'm so blank right now. Much like any other people who just start off in the hobby, they want to look for thock, very deep sounding board. So I liked polycarbonate. But now I'm actually leaning towards is this the right shift? I think so, right? Is this the right length shift? Where's my TKO to look at? Is this a long shift? Is this a big boy shift? I know this is. What was I saying? But oh no, this is. Wait, what? What's the layout of this board? But right now I would say I like aluminum plates, I think. That's a very long-winded answer, but there you go. Aluminum. What layout is the Bakeneko? What is this weird shift on the left and right side? Bakeneko60. I'm probably just being a little special right now. 275. Oh, this is this. Oh, I just placed. Okay, okay. Yeah, I am being special. This is the right one. Okay, let's check for taking stabs. I assume I will hear some taking, but let's find out. Oh. Spacebar seems fine. Definitely need more on the shift. I think they all need a bit more. Oh boy. Maybe I should have just gotten TX. Where's my syringe? My syringe of lube. What's your end game board so far? It doesn't exist. No, I think if I can take this. Ow. End game. Give me a second while I pick up my keycap. My end game board, I would say the unicorn. The unicorn just sounds so good, in my opinion. The unicorn with alu plate, so good. But unicorn is very hard to get, so. Is that also XHT to loop the stabs? Absolutely, yes. Generally, I don't think people would advise mixing lube. If you're using BDZ, stick with BDZ. I guess I would also advise that just to make it everything consistent. But yeah, the tolerance on these stabs are very not great, so I'm just gonna douse it in and hope for the best. Thinking we'll pick up the Envoy. Not at the moment, but the Envoy sounds like a sick deal. The Envoy, I mean, mode keyboards are always such a pleasure to just look at aesthetically. I'm not a fan of 75%, but the sonnet is just like it's just 75% done right. And the weird thing is, there's two things I'm not a fan of: 75% and non-exploded arrow keys. But for some reason, just for some weird reason, the sonnet just looks so good to me, even though it's the two things that I actually don't like. Trading my Polaris for the CL plus top up. What's the plus top up part? Isn't the CL basically a Bakeneko equivalent? Or I might be thinking of another board. Bakeneko with weight. I see. Still ticking. Ugh. Where's my switch? I was stuck between the Sonnet and Envoy. Sonnet? What? Between the Sonnet, the Envoy, or the Brutalist V2. Honestly, I think if you can afford the Sonnet or the Envoy, go for those. I don't personally know too much about the Brutalist series, but I think I'm biased towards mode. So I would definitely go for mode. Mode boards over Brutalist. There we go. Ordered the Envoy yesterday. Nice. What config did you get? Can never go wrong with mode. Absolutely. Mode design is the GOAT. Facts. Absolutely facts. I really wanted the 80 at one point, but money. But honestly, the Envoy, for what you get, the price is actually ridiculous. Of course, it's still a lot of money, but for what you get is actually kind of crazy. White with wood accent and mirror finish bottom. Oh, that's the other thing. With the wood accent on the Envoy, so clean, so clean. If I were to get the Envoy, I would get the green with wood accent. Something about, I've been super into green boards recently. They just aesthetically look so good. They're green sexy as flip. Absolutely. The green and copper looks beautiful together. Yeah, like, again, if I were to get the Envoy, it would probably be green, wooden accent, and then a copper weight. Like the Sonic green with wood accent that they did, like the special edition wood that they did was so nice. I wish they kept it. But it's so expensive for what it is. Like for a piece of wood accent, just like a strip of wood was so expensive. But I guess that's what you can get away with when you're mode. hope mode will do other more quote-unquote affordable boards in the future, like the Envoy. And it'll be fun to just see like new inventions or new takes in this hobby, because I feel like at times the hobby kind of like plateaus a bit. Like we sometimes start to see switches that are like super similar to one another, and it just becomes very saturated. So it'll be fun to see what people come up with in the near future for boards. Something like the Cream Pluses. I have a set of Cream Pluses with copper. That is, I think, a design that is really worth checking out, and just fun to see like things still grow in this hobby. Much like the Envoy with their new lattice mounting. You know, like different mounting systems is always fun to see. Like Angry Meow always does their new like spring leaf spring mount. It's really cool on their AFA and the newest Compact Touch board. So it'll be fun to see where this hobby goes. Hopefully it doesn't plateau. Hopefully we get to see more fun and new inventions coming up. I'm gonna pair it with Canon Caps 407. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that set is. I don't know too much about Canon Caps just because I live in Asia and shipping from Canon Keys is quite high, so I don't usually get stuff from Canon Keys. I actually got this Bakeneko from Wuche Studios, so shipping was cheaper. Which part of Asia? I am from Hong Kong. So I guess southeast. Some people don't say southeast. I mean, some people don't say Hong Kong is southeast. I've always considered Hong Kong as southeast. So yeah, true. I'm from Australia, so shipping is expensive from everywhere. Yeah, facts. I mean, hey, if you're from Australia and looking for keyboard parts, check out my sponsor, Prestige Keys. Prestige Keys is an Australian vendor. Very cool guy. He does he sells switches, keycaps, accessories. I have a code and an affiliate link. I think you can get 5% off if you use my code. Again, all my codes and links are in my description and Insta if you want to take a look. May I link them? The Canon caps? Yeah, go for it. I'll take a look. Bet I'm gonna give a look. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. They I think they're gonna be. Is this not sitting properly? I think they're gonna have all the like red jacket, black jacket things or switches. I think they recently oh, thank you for the follow, man. They've recently fulfilled. Oh boy, how am I going to take? Oh boy, this switch fell apart in the plate. That's not good. Oh boy. What happened to this switch? Can I take this out somehow? Alright, let's take a look at these keycaps. Okay, I'm not going to use the switch. Candy Cap 7. Oh, I see. Ooh, that's nice. Nice and simple. Nice simple, what's the word I'm looking for? Retro gray with the pop of red. Very nice, very nice. I like that. And that's going on your, on which board, sorry? Your, oh, Envoy. Envoy with white. Okay, nice, nice. I can see that. Very nice, simple look. Yeah, I have my fair share of white and black boards, so today's board is something out of my norm. So it'll be fun to see how it all comes together. Just letting you know that your camera keeps flickering for some reason. I am well aware and I am so sorry. It is very annoying. It's been like that from when I started streaming. And what I think is going on is because I'm using a Mac and it needs dongles, like a lot of dongles. So, you know, one after another, there's not enough bandwidth for my camera. So that's why it's like not, you know, perfect. It's usually not this bad. Like sometimes it would, like, I think last stream it only flickered like a few times in the 3 hours that I did last time. But this time it's flickering very often, and then, yeah, apologize for that. It really is just whether or not I'm lucky that day. Hopefully I'm able to find a solution soon, so it, you know, it doesn't, it's not annoying. But yeah. Kira's in the place? Yeah, go check their page out on Instagram. You can link your Insta if you'd like. Do some self promo. I don't mind. Just as long as you guys check out my Instagram too. These are so many bent pins. Hopefully I didn't bend any pins along the way. Can I link my Instagram too? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Link any of your socials if you'd like. Feel free. I do not mind whatsoever. It's always nice to help one another out. Just follow my commission account. Thank you so much, dude. I see. Thank you so much for the support. Sorry, I don't have much enthusiasm. I'm a little tired today. Yeah, go check out everyone's Instagram. I'll follow back when I'm done with the stream. Hopefully I remember. I will apologize in advance if I forget, but I will try my best to remember. Just trying to focus on building this right now. Okay. Yo, Purple Mega, how you doing? What's up? Is PPT fans keycaps worth getting? I'd say so. Um, I have their neon kit and what do I have? I have one more. Oh, and I have the clear one, the clear polycarbonate one. I haven't tried their PVT sets. I've tried their neon, which is ABS, and that's quite nice. That's actually really really nice. Uh, Here I can show you a bit. This is on my Libra Mini. These are the neons. It's like half transparent. You can see the white inside. It's quite nice. They feel really nice. They're quite textured. And yeah, very comparable to GMK, I'd say. And you don't have the 2-year wait times. Okay. I don't think they are in stock anymore. Oh really? I mean, to be fair, they have a lot of different boards now. Not boards, sorry. They have a lot of different keycaps now. PPT fans, they really they're really kicking off. I would definitely highly recommend them if you're looking for a set. Okay, I always forget which way goes where. Face up. No, face down. Okay. Let me test this PCB. Where is the plug? Okay. It is this side, no? Am I doing this correctly? Yeah, I am. Okay, cool. Let's see if the original VIA app still works. Awesome, still works on this VIA. Okay. Key tester. Test matrix. Please no bend pins, please no bend pins, please no bend pins, please no bend pins. No bent pins. I love Akko's quality but hate the profile. You mean the tall one? The tall profile? I thought they have don't they have cherry as well? SA? Oh yeah, yeah. Is it SA? I thought it was their own profile. Yeah, don't quote me on on whether or not Echo has Cherry. I swear they have two different profiles from what I remember. I don't remember if the other one is Cherry or not. But have a look, yeah. But don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll go to the actual board itself right now. Okay, so like I said, I'm usually a black and white, very simple kind of person. But I thought I'd go for something different in terms of color, just to change it up a bit. Oh my god, they do? Aha! So I was not remembering wrong. Let me put this aside. Okay, so the color I got was the navy. The navy Bakeneko. Similar to what I have seen in every video, there's a lot of machining marks. You can see this massive circle machining mark. But does it bother me? Not really. It's in the inside, so everything's gonna be covered. But that is something to look out for. I mean, you see this massive mark there as well. You're gonna see some imperfections, especially in the USB hole. Oh, my light. It's not perfect, as you can see there. But yeah. The coating and everything on the outside, ignore my nasty fingerprints. The coating on the outside looks completely fine to me. I don't see any visible dents. Oh, there is one dent. Actually, there's one tiny dent. I don't know if you'll see right there in front of my finger. There's a tiny dent. But other than that, I don't think I see anything else. There's a few dots on the top here, I guess. As you can see one there. I don't know if I can catch the light right there. But yeah. Still a very nice board in general, I would say. Ooh, but before anything, let me put the feet on. I use a plastic plier so I don't scratch anything. But yeah, I've never actually tried Akko keycaps. I've tried Akko switches. I've tried their rose one. I forgot what it's called. Wine something maybe. But that was pretty good. I just built a commission with the Akko Los Angeles because the client loves the LA Lakers, and they just realized they're completely discontinued. How lucky is that? Oh wow, the keycaps are discontinued. That's pretty insane. That's pretty good timing then. I need to get my commission up. I've had my commission form up for a while now, but I don't think I've gotten any response. Which I guess is to be expected. I mean, living in Hong Kong, there's not a lot of people that want to build keyboards in the first place. And even if they do want to build it, most people here I think want to build it themselves. Cause that's half the fun of the whatchamacallit, the hobby. So it makes sense, but you know, commission's there. I have build commissions, I have switch lubing commissions, hoping one day those will come through. Okay, bump-ons complete, board nice and protected. Next up, screws for the daughter board. I can't be bothered to take out my screwdriver, so I'm just going to go with the Allen key that is provided. Not gonna tighten this yet. Ow. How hard is shipping out and how to manage it with the cost? I've been keeping it local, but I'm gonna run out of local clients soon. Yeah, that's the thing. International shipping is so high. And I just don't think people would be interested in my service specifically if it's international. Whoops. Shipping out isn't difficult. I would say, I mean, the hardest part is done by the shipping company, right? All you do is just give it to the company, give them the shipping address, pay them, and they'll do it for you, right? So it's not difficult per se. It's just expensive. How hard? Yeah, and you know, there's so many people that do switch looping services now that it's really hard to convince people to choose you over others. So yeah. I'm wondering if I should tape this down. This JST cable down. Oh, I completely forgot the O-ring. So I've never actually put on an O-ring before, so I feel like I'm already doing this wrong. Place, and I pull. There we go, easy enough. Wow, is that it? I gotta build more O-ring boards. Still really want the unicorn. The unicorn Hong Kong edition is so sick. But it was so exclusive, and I found out after the private group buy. So that is fat L. Hello? Why can't I? There we go. Okay. Slot this across. And I just push. Is that how O-ring goes? Nice. I'll make that a little brighter. Okay. Keycap time. Let me just put away some stuff. final check for the stabs. Spacebar all good. Shift. That'll do. The other shift. Meh. But I don't use right shift, so hopefully that doesn't bother me. Right side can still use a bit of work, but hopefully not too terrible. What's the hype around red jackets? They're so expensive. Oh boy, my backspace is ticking. These stabs are terrible. So bad. I actually might change them to TX at one point. But for now, I'll just deal with it because I cannot be bothered. It's meant to be a chill stream, so staying as a chill stream. Red jackets, I think the hype is mainly to do with what the Switch is based off of. And it rhymes with quid same. So yeah, it just looks cool. They sound all right from the sound tests I've seen. But I think mainly it is the aesthetics and the gimmick of what they're themed after. And I think if you buy them from KNC and specifically from whatchamacallit, from vendors like earlier, then you get this like cool packaging with it. So I'm gonna paint some Cherry MX browns red and white and call them Supreme Tactiles and watch the money roll. You're gonna call browns Supreme Tactiles? Now that sounds like a sin. Everyone's gonna be like, I thought these were tactile. Where's the bump? I don't feel a bump. And then they'll think you scammed. Although I'm a linear type of person, tactiles are quite fun to type on. They get fatiguing, but they're fun. Okay, what to put here? I am a Mac user, so I will put system as command. And then Alt Control. Ooh. Sounds like a fun board to type on. I don't know what the sizes are for the sides. Also 125s. Oh, everything 125. Oh, fantastic. Okay. System. I guess I'll do System Control Alt as well. and then I'll put function at the very end. Alrighty. How long have I been streaming? I've got no idea. And that is the Bakeneko60. With GMK Laser, you can see a bit of shine because I have used this set before. Very, very nice. Yeah, the backspace is notoriously pingy for the Bakeneko. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, you can really hear when I pick it up. That's super, super pingy. You know what? I actually quite like how the alphas sound stock. Let me do a quick typing test. Not gonna lie, GMK Laser was the set that got me into the hobby. Yeah, GMK Laser is quite an iconic set at this point. I do need to go on VIA to reprogram this though. Give me 1 second. Left Windows, Control, left, where's left Alt? Left Alt space, and this is right Windows, right Alt, right? Yep, right Alt, right Control, and then function. So let's go to monetary. Momentary one, I forgot. Does this board have RGB? It doesn't, right? Okay, I don't know why it's there, but should I change caps lock? Yeah, I don't use caps lock. Let's change that to that. And then WASD is my arrow keys because I'm that kind of guy. Where is arrow keys though? Where is arrow keys on VIA? I can just input it like this. No, I can. Haha. And this is just that. This board doesn't have RGB, right? Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. It's so dark on camera. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna get rid of all the RGB controls. Okay. All right. And another thing about this board is Cherry MX Blacks. The springs are so heavy for me. So this is gonna take a while for me to get used to. But we shall see how this goes. Let me mute the mic and point the mic down real quick. Okay. Point it down. Let me get a little higher. Okay, so just to conclude, this is Bakeneko60. Oh, let me turn off the music actually. So this is the Bakeneko60 Navy with, oh, what's going on? Okay, Bakeneko Navy, no mods whatsoever. This is Broken in Cherry MX Blacks, sponsored by Omega Type. Go check them out. Link in the bio for my Instagram. Broken in Cherry MX Blacks, looped with 2.5, stabs are the ones that come with the board, so I believe they're cherry clip-ins. They're not great. I need to reloop some of them, but it'll have to do for now. And GMK Laser for keycaps. So, oh, the music's still going, huh? Is the music still playing? It is. From where? Where is music coming from? I'm so confused. What? What? Is music still playing for everyone? What is going on? Oh well, you know what, I can't be bothered. It's such a scuff stream. Anyway, here we go. Typing test, mouse clicks for reference. So choke. Damn, if I didn't choke that hard, it might be a PB. Nice. I actually quite like the sound of this board. It's not like the greatest, of course. I guess there are parts that sound kind of flat. You know what? I might as well just try some put some polyfill in. Let's give it a shot. Why not? Does anyone know where? Let me put the mic back up. Does anyone know where I need to pull up to get this whole PCB back up? Or can I just... Oh! Jokes, never mind. I can just pull it out super easily. Okay, polyfill. So I've never tried polyfill before. I have heard a little goes a long way. So I'm just gonna do a little bit like that. Hopefully that's enough. And I'll put this back in. There we go. Oh. Let's do another sound test real quick. I'm gonna point the mic down. Plug this in. Alright, same thing, same board, but with polyfill this time. Let's try it out. I think it pops more. And it's quite nice. Let me try it again without polyfill. I think without the polyfill, yeah, it's definitely slightly louder and a little more higher pitched. Granted, the backspace is super hollow, but you know what? Just make less mistakes. No, I'm not gonna lie. I think I prefer. I know a lot of people put polyfill in Bakeneko, but I think I prefer it without polyfill. I kind of like the higher pitch, like the clackiness of it. Without polyfill, alpha sounds better? Yeah, I think so too. I think I like the mods with polyfill. The mods are a little weak. I mean, I need to retune the stabs, but all in all, the mods are a little weak without the polyfill. But the alphas sound really good without polyfill, in my opinion. There are some parts of the board. Wow, there's a. I just realized there's a big scratch right there on my board. That's a yikes. Oh well. What was I gonna say? There are parts of the board where it sounds pingy, like hollow. I think the O sounds kind of hollow, or pingy at least. But with a dent at the back as well. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but hey, I mean, I think they do mention what you'd expect, because it's not a CNC board. Bro, did you get Z stock? So sad, so scuffed. It's kind of sad. Let me see, because I didn't buy this from Canon Keys, I bought this from Vuche. Maybe I'll give them a message and see what they think, and see what they say about this, because this is quite a noticeable scratch in front. Yeah, I'll see what they say. But anyway, going back to the board. I'm really not used to how heavy these switches are. Although, they don't feel bad. It just feels a little... I feel like I'm gonna get tired if I'm typing with this board for a long period of time. overall, I actually quite like this board. And I'm sure a unicorn would be so much better. Hopefully one day I can try a unicorn. And hopefully one day I can own a unicorn. But for now, Bakeneko60. Look at that shine. That GMK shine. Because I used these keycaps on my spring for a while. So, yeah. How much for this? The board is usually it is $130 US. But I got this during Black Friday, so it was cheaper. But yeah, 130 for the Bakeneko60. They do have the Bakeneko65. If you want a 65%, of course 60% doesn't have arrow keys, but I don't mind. I've used a 60% before, so I can use arrow keys by holding. I changed this to function, to layer, hold it down, and then WASD from the arrow keys, so it's not too bad for me. I don't use caps lock. If I'm doing full caps, I'm just holding down shift. Is that in USD? Yes, USD 130. 130 is without switches and keycaps. What's the difference between broken in switches and new? So I don't know how well the sound test will show up. I just poked myself. So basically what a broken in switch is when a switch is pressed thousands of times, and I'm talking like 40,000 or something times to smoothen out the switch. Cherry MX Blacks, new Cherry MX Blacks are notoriously known for their very scratchy feel and sound, much like novelty creams, which is why you'll often see broken in novelty creams as well. Basically, someone has put these switches in a machine and just pressed this multiple times. I mean, this isn't really a fair comparison, but I'll put these two against the mic. This is a brand new, unbroken in, unlubed Cherry MX Black. This will be a broken in and lubed. So, brand new first, and lubed. So the broken in will feel less scratchy, but the scratch is still there. I like the scratchy, to be honest. Honestly, I don't hate it. I know some people hate it, but because the scratch is so pronounced, it's kind of like the gimmick of the Switch. And I honestly don't hate it too much. Although I don't think I've ever tried a full board with brand new Cherry MX Blacks. But I mean, with that said, these broken in Cherry MX Blacks, there is a tiny bit of scratch feel and sound. They feel smooth to the touch, thanks to breaking them in. But sound wise, it's not as smooth as more of the newer switches that's been coming out recently. But I don't hate it. I know some people do. I know some people will despise the scratchy sound, but I actually don't mind it. It's just another, I see it as like another unique type of switch. But yeah. Double the price? You mean broken in switches, or? Broken in? Depends on where you buy them from. So today, these switches were sponsored by one of my sponsors, Omega Type. They are a Hong Kong local vendor. And if I look at the pricing, let me see. So, Cherry MX, or Cherry Hyperglide, sorry. Cherry Hyperglide Hyperglide blacks. Oh my god, that's a tongue twister for me. Are, let's see, he's selling them for 35 Hong Kong dollars. 35 Hong Kong dollars. And then what about broken in? Oh, they're broken in. So for example, broken in switches, Omega Type sells them as broken in for 400,000 actuations. So basically, they've put into the switch into a machine and made it go up and down 400,000 times. So I'm gonna say in Hong Kong dollars. You guys can do the conversion. I guess I can do them like computer too. So stock. Stock, he is selling them for $4 for a pack of 10, or 4.4 I think. Let me do the conversion again. So around $4.46 for a pack of 10. And then broken in, he's selling them for $7. So not quite double, almost. So yeah, but of course that's different across different shops. Another vendor that I know does broken in switches is lube switches. Let me check out their pricing and I'll let you guys know. Okay. So for example, right, lube switches does Cermix Hyperglides as well, broken in and lubed, for 128 Hong Kong dollars, which is $16 for a pack of, is this pack of 10? Yeah, pack of 10. For a pack of 10 from lube switches, it is $16 for broken in and hand lubed and spring swapped with TX springs. So $16 may sound a lot for 10 switches. Not may, it is. But you have to consider the fact that they are taking their time to break these in for 250 to 300,000 actuations. And they even say on their website that it's a 9-hour break-in period. So imagine the switches being pressed up and down 300,000 times, which takes around 9 hours. They have hand looped it and they have spring swapped it. So which is why the pricing is a lot higher than your average stock switch. Around price of ink blacks. I think ink blacks are way cheaper than that, no? Like stock ink blacks. Because loop switches is $16 for 10. Yeah, on KBD fans, Gateron ink blacks are $7.5 for a pack of 10. So, yeah, you're looking at double and more for the looped switches one. But again, like I said, you are getting a lot of their services: break-in, looped, and spring swapped. So that's what you're paying for. I would love to try their Sangria switch because that apparently is really cool. And from what I understand, the material has not really been done yet, and apparently, according to Captain Sterling, which I've talked to on his stream before, he said it's like a very soft typing sound, which sounds quite interesting because the plastic used on the switches is quite soft. But shipping to Hong Kong is so expensive, so sad. What's their Pine switch actually? I've heard of it, but I don't know too much about their new switch from Lubed. Pine switch, linear, palm-full housing and palm stem. Oh, it's their take on the creams. Interesting. Hand loop from factory. Nice. pretty nice. Okay, but yeah. Any good recommend budget switch? Akko switches are pretty nice. YoKeeps recently talked about new JWIC switches called JWIC. Damn, what are they called? I'm drawing a blank here. Check out YoKeeps. Check out YoKeeps' story. He posted something of a long pole linear JWIC switch. It was like very, apparently he said it's a very nice budget switch, but I've never tried it. Personally, what I've tried and what I would recommend is Akko switches. Akko switches are quite nice. Very budget friendly. Very good quality. KTT, I don't own a set. I have KTT roses here on my Switch tester. I don't have a full set of these, but just from pressing them, they feel good. Can't talk too much about the sound and how they feel on the full board. From what I remember, these springs are very light though. They're like 45 gram type of light, which is way too light for me personally. I usually like 60 grams ish for springs. But these stock ones don't have any spring ping. They feel smooth out the box. So if you do a light lube on the stem, I'm sure they feel great. But do keep in mind that KTT roses are 3-pin. They're not 5-pin. So do be careful when you're soldering. There's no real support. So yeah. But other than that, yeah. This is my Switch collection. I don't have sets of these. I just like collecting one Switch from friends and stuff, so it's fun. Which Akko Switch? Cream Yellow? They're... Let me search up. I've only tried one of them. It is the Akko Wine Red. Akko Wine Red is the one I've tried, and they feel pretty nice. They are a long pole switch. Yeah, long pole 3-pin. They are kale housings, so if you're gonna open and mod them, you're gonna need the 2 longer fat prongs to open them up. But yeah, I've also heard good things about all their Akko switches I've heard good things about. They're quite budget. Yeah. I usually keep a spare switch from each of my builds for a switchboard. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to collect switches. My next personal build is going to be with these switches. I know it looks all black, so it's hard to see, but these are the Cream Pluses. Cream Pluses with copper inserts. They sound loud. They sound fun. I'm going to build the harbor with a full alu plate, so it's going to be full clack, and I can't wait. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, a lot of switches here. I still have a few spaces left for any new switch, and if I get more, I'm probably gonna replace this row of the generic Gateron line. Is this Gateron? Sure, yeah, Gateron. So yeah. And the only Franken switch, BCP, Black Cherry Pie. The rest are all normal switches. Oh, any recommendation for budget switch? Right here. Budget switch. Wu Trey's new switches, new line of switches. They feel really, really good. I do have to say. I don't know which is cheaper. I don't know if Akko or the new Wucheis are cheaper, but Wuchei Switch is pretty nice. I would highly recommend them. Although you do need to film them, because the housing does wobble a tiny bit. I don't know if that shows. I don't know if you can see a small gap there. But it does wobble, so you're gonna need films, but they feel quite smooth and quite nice. And just in the hand, they actually sound really good. So, if you're looking for linears, you got the heavier one, lighter one. This is also linear, but the material is different and it's higher pitched. But yeah. Running Tixie Sapphires on the keyboard I'm using at the moment. Tixie Sapphires. Ooh. I think I've heard of them, but never tried them. I don't know too much about them. I only have one Tixie Switch, which is the KBD Fans Hamster. They're quite nice. They're really nice, actually. That's my first Tixie Switch I've tried, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised with with Tixie's quality. But yeah. My first set of tactiles. Oh, they're tactile? Nice. Yeah, I'm not a fan of full board tactiles. I say that this board here is built with Holy Panda X's. It's fun to type on every once in a while. Then I've got Milky Yellows on my daily. Ooh, what are you daily? What are you dailying right now? Tofu 65V1, nice. Classic board. I would love to try the new Tofu. Let me do some cleanup as I chat, actually. The new Tofu series looks super nice. The, again, new mounting system, which, to be honest, kind of just sounds like tadpoles from Geonworks. But it's good to see that they're trying something new. A very cool design for a very cool design that they made it a multi-mount board. So I believe you can do gasket sock, top mount, and their new bowl mount, which is pretty cool. Mine Tiger 80 Lite. Oh, I've heard so many good things about Tiger 80 Lite. I would love to try that board one day as well. I'm going to be running Commute Linears on the Envoy when it comes in. Nice. I've also heard a few things about the Commute Linears, but I've never personally tried them, so I don't have much to comment about them. Ow. Although I might run Oil Kings because the commutes are super scratchy. Oil Kings are super nice. I have them on my U80. Are you going to use them stock or are you going to loop them? Because although everyone, including myself, agree that Oil Kings can be used stock, which it definitely can be used stock. I have used them stock on my U80 for a while. Oil King's lubed so much better. So smooth. Ridiculously smooth. Stock, I don't have time to lube switches. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Looping switches is a pain. Although, I have changed how I lube my switches recently. I've literally just lubed the stems and it has significantly increased the speed of the time I lube. Cuts down from like 2-3 hours to 1 hour. I'm a chef for a living, so the most I go to stuff. You're a chef? Whoa, that's so cool. Wait, what do you cook? What cuisine do you work in? That's so cool. A chef. Whoa, that's so cool. You're a chef? What? I'll get a steak at the moment, but I make pasta as well. Oof. Wait, whereabouts are you again? Australia? Nice. Whereabouts in Australia? I have a close friend in Sydney right now. Oh, bam! Navy keep mat. What a fit! Look at that. Oof. I also live in Sydney. Ooh. Hey, I might hey, if you tell me your restaurant name, I can maybe tell my friends to hit you up. But if you don't want to type it on chat, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. You'll laugh when you hear what it is. How come? Is it wait, is it Outback? Oh my god, I guessed it. That's so cool though. That's still really cool. I assume there's more than a few Outbacks around Sydney, so I guess it would be quite hard for me to tell him, hey, go to this specific one. Damn, I just did a 99 accuracy typing test and it wasn't caught on stream. That's so sad. There's 5 in Sydney, 2 in Queensland, 1 south of Sydney. Ah, so let me tell my friend, hey, go to all Outbacks and you'll get a small chance that you'll meet someone that was in my stream. Or there will be a chance that someone from my stream will cook for you. And how will he know he's in the right one? He'll never know. Okay, this board is actually really fun to type on. I don't know. I'm one of the best in the company, so he'll know. Okay. So basically, I can tell him to go to every single Outback, right, and ask him which one tastes the best, and that is the one that you'll be working in. Yeah. 100%. That's a bold claim. What happens if he chooses the one that you don't work in? What happens then? You can confirm that won't happen? Alright. Right after this stream, I'm gonna tell him. Wait, isn't it super late in Australia right now? Isn't it like 1:30 or something? Let me stack this. It's 2:30 a.m. Oh boy. Alright. Well, good thing is I'm pretty much done with the stream. So, yeah. That's been the board. I will film some sound test and put it on my Instagram. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I'll take some photos. I'll do some sound tests and post them on my Instagram soon, hopefully. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know when I'll stream next. I don't know what I have to stream, but yeah, that's it. Alright, thank you so much for joining. Is anyone's live streaming right now that I can raid? There is. I can raid Phoebus channel? I don't know how to pronounce his. I never know how to pronounce his channel, but mostly lurking. But thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you so much for dropping by. Okay, let's raid Phoebus channel. All right, let's raid him. Let's give him a quick message of Bakeneko so lit. Let's send him that message. I don't know. All right. I'll leave you guys to him. Thank you guys for joining, and yeah, enjoy his stream. I'll catch you guys some other time. Bye bye.